almost forgot that I still need to do a live. So here's another day of doing lives. Let's see if I can turn on this light. It's a little better. A little better. But yeah, if you're watching the replay, hey, welcome back to another live. Welcome back to another day of daily uploads and whatnot. Hopefully you guys are doing well, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening. It's the end of my day. So after this, I'm about to knock out and get some Z's. But let's see what day it is. So today's day 13 of doing daily lives, daily uploads. And yeah, it's going good. It's going good. If you are catching the replay and you're new here, my name is Kareesha, and I help women stay consistent, grounded, and self-disciplined while balancing a non-traditional lifestyle onto a life that we create for ourselves, a life of freedom, a life that we don't have to vacation from, a life that we get to actually live our dream and allow it to be our reality. So I'm just on here every day. Probably saying the same thing from yesterday, but I just really want to do daily uploads for the rest of June, possibly for July as well. I would love to see my analytics and data of how it ends up all turning out. And not gonna lie, today I was like really in my head thinking about like, is it even worth coming on every day, getting on live for 10 to 15 minutes? And it gotta be, because it's helping me still with not be so camera shy. It's helping me just be able to talk without having anyone to talk back to per se, and at the same time engage when you guys do show up. And I love, the engagement as well. And then, like I've been saying, I would like to dive into weekly lives, and I've been looking up topics that I could do and whatnot. And yeah, I just think that will all be great. So let's see. Ooh, so let's share some notes here. Let's see. Ooh, these are just like good statements that I just want to say. Like when purpose feels boring, staying consistent without the highs. Yeah. The idea of purpose isn't always exciting. Sometimes it's routine and discipline. Sometimes it is kind of like the mundane things. It is just being in that rhythm for a season, for a time period. Um, but it's also good to break away from it so you can remember your why and remember, the whole reason for why you're in this routine, why you're in this schedule, why you're in this discipline that you've created for yourself, and not to give up. So I've been thinking a lot for that for myself, because these past few months, I would say April is when I really started a schedule. I feel like I've been doing shorts every day, except for the days that I put the long form. And I think I'm going to bring down my shorts maybe to like, I think it's recommended like 2 or 3 or 3 or 4, one of those two, and try to be more strategic with it instead of just, you know, taking taking from my long form. Hopefully you guys can see me good because I'm not on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, okay. But I want to be a little bit more strategic with my shorts. So I'm thinking for July, it may not be as much as I posted. Um, in the long form, I think I'm going to at least just do one video a week minimum. Now, if I do anything more than that, great. But I think I am going to bring it down to one because the lives have taken, they take a lot. And it's just the energy of the mind, really, of thinking, like, you know, I got to do another one today. What should I talk about? What is there to talk about? How do I keep it up? How do I make this engaging? How do I make this, you know, end up being something like this, building off of something? Um, So yeah, but I still want the long form videos. So, but I think my minimum for going into July might just be one long form a week because like I said, I think I do want to do weekly lives. So then that's going to be 4 lives a week, then 4 videos a month. Well, four lives a month, 4 lives a month, 4 videos a month, and then doing the shorts. And I feel like that's something I can commit to the rest of the year. Like if I do that, if I somehow, some way still do the daily lives every single day for um, July, that would be great because then that's a 90-day mark. And I feel like that gives YouTube enough data for me. Like, not that it doesn't already have data, but really a lot of data for me to be able to see, because then if I do the weekly lives for the same amount of time, I'll be able to compare the two and see, you know, if it's worth it getting on here every day, like people say. Usually they say like long form because that's like where your evergreen is. It's never gonna go away. Um, but yeah, lives are kind of different. But yeah. So let me read this. So purpose isn't always exciting. Sometimes it's quiet, repetitive, and lonely. And I definitely feel that's the stage I'm at right now. It's quiet, repetitive, and lonely. It feels very repetitive. But at the same time, when I look at how many days I've been doing it, I'm like, okay, this is going by, you know, pretty fast. It's not going as slow as you think it is. Like you'll think that it's going slow because it's not going as fast as you want, far as the views, far as the engagement, far as, you know, how you want your channel to grow. But at the same time, it is going fast because time waits for no one. And you may have been thinking of doing daily uploads, whether it's shorts, long form, or lives. And you may have thought that in the beginning of this year. And you may have started to do it for a week and then you stopped. And then look at the time, it's June. So that time still went on, you know, it did not wait for you. Now you could have been doing uploads every single day since January, and just think of the difference it would have been in June. But sometimes we just get so stuck in our thoughts, so stuck in our thinking of how does this necessarily work? How is this really going to help grow my channel? Sometimes you just gotta do it and just like fall on your face, like I've said before. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least you tried, and at least now you know which route to go and which route not to take. But just thinking all the time and over analyzing and just over researching, excuse me, and then just always comparing yourself to every other channel and every other YouTuber. Well, they did it this way, they did it this way. Like, it does not matter. You are uniquely different, and you have to hone in to how it's going to work for you. And the only way you know that is to try. And it's not going to feel right because you don't know what's right for you yet. Like, you don't know what's going to work for you yet until you actually put in the work and do it. Until you put in the hours. Maybe you do overwork yourself in the beginning. Maybe you do push out too much. Maybe you do get burned out. Maybe you realign yourself and put yourself in a system like I did. Because I feel like if I didn't start creating some type of system, I probably would have quit YouTube like around March or April. I probably just been like, what's the point? Why am I here? What am I doing? But yeah, I would just like not understand and not know why. I hope that this is. I think my internet's working, so I'm not gonna let it. I'm not gonna let it get to me because I don't see any viewers right now. And usually by now, it's there. But I see myself clearly on my other phone. But what was I saying? What was I saying? I'm sorry, guys. I completely just forgot what I was saying because I was looking at the what's happening. I completely forgot what I was just saying. But yeah, I was saying like putting in systems so you don't feel like burnout. Yeah, that's basically what I did for myself because I feel like I would have quit back like in March or April because I just felt like, what's the point of doing it? But then I started having like a routine of like something to commit to, and that started to help me. And I didn't really feel like I knew my niche yet. And for the most part, I think I do know my niche. My niche is just what I want to represent as an individual, how I want to like push forward and do YouTube. So I just like want to represent myself, and whoever is like in that same type of mind frame, that's like who I want here. So it's like I'm learning it as I go. But yeah, that's just like me rambling and trying to figure out why was I saying that. I'm sorry guys, it was a long day. If you're watching this replay, bear with me. Bear with me. Um, but yeah, you just gotta keep trying. You just gotta keep trying, keep trying, keep trying until it just works. And you know, you're gonna be so pleased with yourself and so happy that you pushed through along the journey and didn't give up, because you could have given up on day 2, you could have gave up on day 10, you could have gave up on day 30, but you decided to keep going. And what now is day 365. Like a whole year goes by pretty fast. So it's like, just keep putting in the work, just keep remembering the reason why. Stick to a plan, make a plan that's easier for you in the time frame that you're in right now. Like, don't feel like you're a failure because you can't commit to the same schedule that you did a month ago or 2 months ago. Like, realign yourself, you know, constantly, whether it's monthly or weekly. Like, realign yourself so that you can have grace with yourself and you don't have to feel as if you're, you know, you're pushing past your limits. Because this is a long game. It's not a short game. And we really want to see results. And we won't see results unless we really stick this thing out. I may just make another live real quick again on Wi-Fi and see. I don't know if this Wi-Fi is working that great. But that's about it, guys. Again, if you are new here, make sure you check out my website, healingdaily2live.com. Download my free habit tracker. It's what we're sticking to help stick to our habits, to create consistency and discipline and accountability for what we're trying to do and what we're trying to create. And that's what I'm going by, whether it's the morning, afternoon, or evening, trying to stick to a new habit that will help you just push through. I mean, for me right now is drinking my water. I'm sticking to drinking half of my body weight, so I'm trying to stick to at least 50, but I really need to like shoot for 60. And it's been helping me a lot. So just, you know, something small as that, something small as just 10 minutes of mindful thinking or 10 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of journaling, prioritizing, time over the fact that you didn't get it done. Like if you can put some amount of time to something that you're trying to do, even if it's 5 minutes, it's a win. It's a win because you're finally implementing it throughout your day. You're finally saying that it means enough to take time for it. You're finally saying it's important enough to you to make time for it. So that's the whole point. I really want to do another live because I just feel, I don't know if it's working well, but if it is working well, that's all I'm going to say. I'm saying go ahead and check my website out, healingdaily2live.com. Check your girl out. Look at my ebook, Discovering the Joy to Solo Travel. If it's something you want to try, it is $5 and it is there for you to build up that courage to go out there and explore. So I might see you guys in a few minutes. We'll see. But if it looks the same like on Wi-Fi, then I'm out. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you're at, and stay safe. And yeah, talk to you guys.